Hi, Internet. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Let's do the Saturday New York Times crossword puzzle. Saturdays are the most difficult puzzle in the New York Times stable by design. I've been doing pretty well with the Saturday puzzle lately, but of course, pride goeth before the fall, so I may jinx myself by saying that. Let's see how it goes for this one today. The constructor is Katie Hoody, and the editor is Will Shorts. I'm John Appleseed. I'm your host here on the channel, and let's get started. One across. That was fun. Don't know. One down is smack. That could be kiss. Two down, kind of spider. Believed to spread to distant areas via railway. Don't know that. Three down, biblical prophet, who Martin Luther King Jr. referred to as an extremist for justice in his letter from Birmingham jail. Amos is a biblical prophet in 4 letters that might fit. Let's get some crossing letters. 4 down, youth baseball supporters. Okay, it's Saturday, so we're going to look for misdirection in the clues. I think the T, you hit the ball off the T in T-ball, which I played as a kid. So I think that's what supporters means there. They support the ball in the game. 5 down, skipping music, say. Could that be skipping music class, like sloughing or something like that? 6 down, amigo. Could be pal. 7 down, spots, so to speak. C's, espies, no. 8 down, C38 across. We'll come back to that. 9 down, staging areas. No. And 10 down, detective at times. All right, so I have a couple guesses for some of these downs, but none I'm really confident about. 15 across is one might start fermenting in the kitchen. No, and 17 across, it features high wind movements, like a symphony that has high wind instruments. Could it be an oboe something? 19 across, what might be seen around a star? Like a celebrity, you could have the press around a star. Yeah, not sure. 20 across, shape of Saturn's rings, probably oval. 22 across, spot for newborn care. No, okay, I'm not real confident about any of those. Let's look at this corner where we have some shorter answers on the acrosses. 11 across, actress Diana, of all creatures great and small. Maybe Diana Rigg, the British actress. 16 across, classic Langston Hughes poem with a comic in its title. I think that's I2. 18 across is Latin for goodbye. Vale, if I remember. I think. 21 across, star of TV and film who wrote the memoir, Never Have Your Dog Stuffed, and Other Things I've Learned. Don't know that. 11 down, sooner to a Longhorn. Okay, that's probably the, is it Oklahoma State Sooners and Texas A&M Longhorns? I may have those schools mixed up with their universities that may have a rivalry. 12 down, order that might include mortadella and capicola. 2 kinds of deli meat, so maybe an Italian sub or something like that. Yeah, I'm going to put it, I'm pretty sure about Italian anyway. 13 down, first score during extra time in sudden death soccer. Is that the golden goal? I've heard that term before. I guess that's what that means. 14 down, I'm ready. But be nice. Go easy on me. Alan Alda. Don't know where Never Have Your Dog Stuffed might come from. Let's try Go Easy on Me for 14 down. 24 across. Awards honoring excellence in magazine publishing. Don't know that. 32 across. No preference. Any. That fits. 36 across. Terms of a trade. Terms of a trade, the language you use about your profession. I think that's what that means. Could be a professional lingo. And 40 across, Quinta of Abbott Elementary. That's Quinta Brunson. And I know most of what I know about pop culture from Saturday Night Live. She's been on the show, so I know her name. 37 down, Kansas-born playwright with a Pulitzer. Don't know that. 45 across, its official language are Chamorro and English, maybe Guam. 49 across, faint. Could be feeble. Inge, maybe a playwright. 41 down, enforcers of rules could be the refs. Gives me confidence about that. F, let's put in feeble. Inga, I'm going to have to trust to luck on that one. 25 down, doozy, could be a real Lulu. Is there an Ollie award? Don't know much about the publishing industry, so I don't know. 30 across, shade akin to bone or eggshell. Here's ecru, shows up in the puzzle a lot. Detective at times for 10 down. With an O here, probably. An actor? Oh. What's 34 across? Bring up to date, perhaps. No, 31 down. Cylindrical grain holders. Okay, I would have said silos or sily as the plural, but I think these are corn cobs, which are cylindrical shapes, which hold the grains of corn, the kernels of corn. Bring up to date. No. 35 down, Jane, who says, laws and principles are not the times for when there is no temptation. Jane Eyre, just a guess. This would be an E. Up to date. Redo. If you have to update something, you have to redo it. 38 across is, with 8 down, like the upcoming release from one's favorite band. Much awaited or something. I can see an ED ending for 8 down. 35 down, that's the Jane. Let's try Jane Eyre. And 43 across, build up. To rise, the rising tension or something like that. 23 down, wraps blank sweatshirt. Don't know. Spot for newborn care. No, 26 across is Earth's crust and others. Layers or strata, maybe? 33 across, snobby sort. Don't know. Heavily awaited, something. 39 down, buns. No, 42 across, lose as a tail. Elude might fit. Buns. 47 across, Mideast port with a natural harbor. Aden is a port with an E as the third letter. Let's try that one. Your rear end could be your buns. 29 down, went from 0 to 60. I've seen this clue a couple times. It could be sped, but I think it's aged for a Saturday puzzle. More misdirection. You went from age 0 to age 60. You aged. 28 down, series of hoops and hurdles. No, 27 down, many a book by Paul Theroux. I don't know how that's pronounced, but I think he writes travel stories. Though, I don't know. 33 across, snobby sort. Could be a prig, I think. 38 across. No, rush to find a mate. For 26 down. So that'd be something with chess. Maybe speed chess. I think that's a variant where you rush to get the mate to win the chess match. 46 across is D's blank does. Probably D's dem does. Just a guess. Don't know the song. Glenn Miller composition. He wrote other songs. Let's try strata for what the Earth's crust might be. Travel. Yeah. Eagerly awaited, maybe. I think I've seen this before. Earl Sweatshirt rings a bell from another puzzle. Spot for newborn care. Eagerly awaited for your favorite artist's release. Let's look at these again. That was fun. What would ferment in the kitchen? Some kind of war? Like a metaphorical war over how salty the stew is or something? What might be seen around a star? Yeah, absent I like for skipping a class. I've seen absent as a clue for not in English. The same sense, you were skipping English class. I just didn't get it even after I solved the puzzle. So now it's in the, I think I'll remember that meaning. That was fun. Okay. Then what is the spot for newborn care? A nest? Newborn birds? Okay. We don't have any more input into the top of the puzzle. So even if I solve any of these clues that are lower down, I'm not going to get any more hints. But I'll let those marinate and come back to that. 51 across. Smith, who was the first woman to receive the Baseball Writers Association of America's Career Excellence Award. Smith in baseball, don't know. 55 across. Period ender. Don't know. 63 across. Big ones can be difficult to manage. I like egos for that. This is chess, isn't it? Why did I put in chase? Egos. Period ender. 66 across is blank sea. Body of water between Borneo and the Philippines. I think that is the Sulu Sea. And 68 across, look. Maybe this is, I like travel is the beginning of the Paul Theroux. So maybe that's travelogue would be a travel guide, a travel story. Then evade instead of elude for lose as a tail. Series of hoops and hurdles can be rigmarole. There's a song from Camelot about rigmarole. Since the whole rigmarole began, do I flatter her? I begged him answer. Do I threaten or cajole or plead? Do I brood or play the gay romancer? Said he, smiling, no, indeed. All right, 52 down. What it boils down to is this. Could that be to sum? To sum up, period ender. In sum altogether. It looks as though, it seems as though horn can end the period in a hockey game. So that's what that is. And then Claire Smith looks right. I don't know that name. 48 down, waste. Debris could be waste. 56 across, waste again. To burn money, to waste it. 57 down, spots. No. 44 down, fixed format summary of an article, as on Wikipedia. Like an inset or something like that. 53 across, symbol of defiance and solidarity. Don't know. 57 down is spots. 64 across, one tirelessly making calls ahead of election day. No. 67 across, convention challenger. One who challenges the conventions of society would be an iconoclast. That fits. From the people who broke the icons in the Orthodox Church. They were the icon breakers, the iconoclasts. So they defied conventions. 69 across, adjunct faculty. With a question mark. So faculty maybe like a sense or something. 65 across, I'm just a girl who can't say blank. A Simpsons episode. Moe was a character on The Simpsons. Not sure about that. 50 down, important subject in law school. Don't know. 59 down, law school for Samuel Alito, Brett Kavanaugh, Clarence Thomas, and Sonia Sotomayor. So not Harvard, but Yale, I guess. 60 down, zip. Nada does not fit. could be elan, like pip or pep or vigor or vim. 61 down, wits, end. What is the end of wit? Dementia, I don't know. 62 down, las pinturas de Frida Kahlo, por ejemplo. Spanish language clue, the paintings of Frida Kahlo, for example. They are murals, or maybe the Spanish word for art, arte. Spanish language clue gives us a Spanish language answer. 58 across, member of a sub-Saharan matriarchal clan. Don't know that. Who makes calls tirelessly ahead of election day? Adjunct faculty. Yeah, the sense, like a sixth sense. Could this be an and for elan, maybe? Wit's end. An E or an R here for one who makes calls. A robo dialer. Dough is Homer Simpson's catchphrase from The Simpsons. I'm just a girl who can't say dough. And sixth sense, which is very hard for me to say. For the adjunct faculty, yeah, like an extra sense, an extra faculty in that sense. Wit's end is, yeah, like robo-dialer, where you might get robocalls before an election. Is it apostrophe S or wits? Matriarchal clan in sub-Saharan Africa. Ethics is an important subject in law school. Okay, not, I guess, hyenas are organized into matriarchal clans. Did not know that. Waste. Spots could be loci or foci. To blow. And what is the box? Info box. To blow your money, to waste it. Info box for the fixed format summary. A fist is a symbol of defiance and solidarity. And I won't for stomps foot down. Okay, so now we have this top section of the puzzle. Let's look at these downs again. And I was thinking kiss for smack. I would say rail spider just because it's a reference to railway, but then that would repeat rail in both the answer and clue, and I don't think that would be done. I'm going to try Amos for the biblical prophet. Yeah. 6 down, amigo. Pal was my guess for that. Spots, so to speak. Staging areas. And an O. I mean, O for Ollie's sounds the most plausible for an award name. Ellie's would make sense too. Yeah, E or O there, and it's not oval for the shape of Saturn's rings. What other shape can rings have other than ring shaped? That was fun. Yeah, I like what something. What a blast. Maybe Bud instead of Pal for amigo. What a blast. Smack. What ferments in a kitchen? I'm thinking of like an argument that simmers and blows over, but maybe it is something like kimchi or a home brew something. Maybe this is bro for amigo. I think that's my third guess there for amigo. homebrew, home brewer, one who is doing home brewing, would start fermenting their home brew. Shoe, high wind movements. Oh, going back to my sense of an oboe something, maybe an oboe sonata. Okay, definitely not an easy puzzle today. Smack is wop. A hobo spider. Okay, that fits the sense of traveling to areas by railway, like hobos did on in the old days of rail. A posse. A star would have an entourage, maybe called their posse, and wop for smack. All right, yeah. What a blast. That makes sense. Spots. Spot me some money. Lend me some money. Sets are areas on a stage where you might stage a play. Disc, with a C or a K. A detective could run a trace on somebody. They could be a tracer. And Ellie's for the name of the magazine award. And E finishes the puzzle, I hope. We did it. Okay, yeah, I have been getting my Saturday times around 15 minutes. So this one was, like I said, not as easy. So I guess, yeah, I did, shouldn't have said that about how easy they have been lately. Because this one was not easy for me. A lot of difficulty. I think I only got one song, which always shows that I'm thinking about the clues rather than thinking of what song they remind me of. Home brewer. Oboe sonata. I did kind of pick up on oboe fairly quickly, but I wasn't really confident about that. High wind movement. Amos. Tease. Yeah, I got that one quickly, didn't I? Absent. Skipping music. I don't know if I would have gotten that if I hadn't already seen a puzzle that had not in English as the clue for absent before, but that does remind me of that. Bro for amigo. I went through pal and bud. Okay, that top section was very difficult. Sets for staging areas and Tracy. I'm not familiar with Ellie's, so that was no help to me, although I knew this was going to be an E or an O, probably just from the crossings of those words. Quinta Brunson, feeble. What else was so difficult down here? Iconoclast, that was kind of a lucky guess, I guess. And that did help me once you get some of these longer answers filled in, then that helps you with all the crossings. Although I did try can't say mo instead of can't say dough from The Simpsons. Wit's end is ness. Oh, witness. The word witness can end with an N-E-S-S. Yeah. All right. Didn't even think of that. All right. That was a difficult Saturday puzzle, but we managed to get through it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.